Good afternoon, and welcome to the fourth episode of PCTV HomeCast. We are very thankful to give you PCTV news from home while we're away from the Career Center. This is Porter County TV HomeCast Edition. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Kat Davis, and this is your PCTV Homecast. Let's begin with an update on coronavirus. According to the Indiana State Department of Health, there are now 23,146 total positive cases and 1,328 deaths from the coronavirus in Indiana. And in Lake County, there are 2,359 total positive cases and 118 deaths. And in Porter County, there are 303 cases with 8 deaths. Governor Holcomb spoke out to Hoosiers on May 1st about the plans to reopen Indiana. He announced his Back on Track Indiana plan to open up the economy safely with 5 stages. Starting on May 4th, Indiana moved to Stage 2, lifting the non-essential travel ban and social gatherings of up to 25 people being permitted following the social distancing guidelines. With more planned to open up during Stage 3 on May 24th and Stage 4 on June 14th. Stage 5 is planned to take place on Independence Day, July 4th of 2020. Stage 5 indicates the back to normal life for Hoosiers. Since the start of coronavirus, the United States has been suffering some of the highest unemployment rates ever recorded. It slowly began making its fall in early March, where unemployment was higher than it was in 1989. As of today, according to Fox News, the U.S. is seeing some of the highest unemployment since the Great Depression. Now that many states of the U.S. are slowly beginning to reopen, we may start seeing an improvement in the economy very soon. Joy Walk, a local Chinese and Thai restaurant in Chesterton, has been taking some serious hits from this pandemic. The restaurant is usually busy, especially during the weekends, but many diners have been staying away recently because of the outbreak originating in Wuhan, China. The owner said the business has dropped around 40 to 50% since the middle of January, and he is not the only restaurant experiencing this decline. Many other small restaurants and businesses are facing the same problems. The small restaurant has been luckily staying afloat because of the regulars that dine there weekly. Regardless, they still fear that business will be slow for months after this passes. In other news, there have been 2 controversial deaths this week involving police officers in Indianapolis. Our reporter, RJ Polito, has more on this.
Protesters crowded the streets of Indianapolis yesterday after officers shot and killed 2 African-American men and fatally struck a pregnant woman in separate incidents Wednesday, just hours apart. The pregnant woman, Ashlyn Lisby, was walking along an expressway ramp when an officer driving to work struck her with his vehicle. Officials said the 2 men, Dreesen Reed and Mikhail Rose, exchanged gunfire with officers, though no body cams or dash cams were on in either incident. The first shooting, however, was live-streamed on Facebook by Reed, including comments by a responding detective saying, "I think it's going to be a closed casket, homie." The comments were unacceptable and unbecoming of our department, said IMPD Chief Randall Taylor, assuring that investigations into the shootings will be thorough and transparent.
Thanks for that report, RJ. After 26 years, Mr. John Groth, the Area Director of Career and Technical Education for Porter County, is retiring at the end of June. Before Mr. Groth was a prominent figure at the Career Center, he was in the U.S. Army and the U.S. Peace Corps. He then made his way to the Career Center, where he became the CTE Director. He received the Distinguished Hoosier Award from Governor Daniels and was inducted into the Indiana CTE Hall of Fame. Finding a successor was difficult, but we are happy to announce that Audra Peterson will be taking Mr. Groth's place on July 1st. Peterson started her CTE career in 1989, teaching dental health careers at the Porter County Career Center. Currently, Peterson is serving as the CTE Director at the A.K. Smith Career Center in Michigan City. Mr. Groth will be missed by students and staff, but it is good to know that the reins are being handed over to a qualified and professional leader. If you want to hear what he has to say, Mr. Groth will have a special goodbye message in our episode next week. Now, on to weather with Kevin Reynolds.
Thanks, Kat. Today we had sunny skies with some cloud cover and a high of 42. Later today we're going to hit our low of 27. Tomorrow we're going to have mostly sun with a little cloud cover in the evening, a high of 56 and a low of 40. Sunday is going to be cloudy and rainy, a high of 52 and a low of 34. Monday will be a high of 49, a low of 33 with clouds in the morning and some nice evening sun. Tuesday will be mostly cloudy with some sun in the morning, a high of 57 and a low of 39. Wednesday will be cloudy with rain in the afternoon, a high of 61 and a low of 48. Thursday will be mostly cloudy with a chance of thunderstorms, but things are getting a little warmer with a high of 69 and a low of 56. I'm Kevin Reynolds, PCTV Weather. Back to you, Kat.
Thanks, Kevin. Now let's hear from Jackson with a movie review.
Since the pandemic, mostly every single movie theater is closed. However, there have been some films that are being released on video on demand. One of these movies is The Invisible Man. I think The Invisible Man is a decent film at best. I found the action scenes to be visibly appealing, but just lacking in intensity that an action film should have. The characters seem pointless besides its main character, played by Elizabeth Moss. This brings me to my next point, which is acting. The acting was borderline comedic and overacted to soap opera extremes. I will stay away from spoilers, but the plot twists that occur throughout the film seem forced and out of place. There are some great scenes that will leave you shocked, but not enough to make this anything but a forgettable action sci-fi movie. If I was to give this film a score, I'd give it a 4 out of 10. It isn't bad by any means, but the lazy, convoluted script and overacted lead for quite an underwhelming experience. For a movie recommendation of the film of a past, I would recommend A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. I think this film has some very unique elements to it and is a film that is surprisingly moving. It's a film that, in a time like this, is important to watch with friends, family, or whoever.
Thanks, Jackson, for that wonderful movie review. Now let's check in with Paige Pressel and her sister Anna Pressel to see what her new business brings to the world.
Hi, my name is Paige Pressel, and I'm here to introduce you to my sister Anna Pressel's new business. She has been an inspiration to me with her hard work and vision for this new project. She is a part of Butler University Dance Marathon and was elected this year to the executive board. By being a part of the executive team, she has been asked to raise over $2,000 to Riley's Children's Funds. Now let's take a look now at what Anna has in store for us.
Hi, my name is Anna Pressel and my business is Flowers FTK. FTK stands for the Kids at Riley's Children's Hospital. All of the profits made from selling these sunflowers will be going directly to the children at Riley's Hospital. My favorite part of the job is seeing all of my planning and planting come to fruition. I love being able to see how the money can directly affect these children. Every day, I water and weed my garden. Sometimes I plant the flowers, and other days I work on my flower cart where the flowers are going to be sold later in the year. I plan on selling these sunflowers by single stem at a cart side stand that we're going to have by the side of the road. I would love to have your support in Flowers FTK as well. You can follow me on Facebook or Instagram to receive updates on the sunflowers and their growth. Thank you.
Looks like a lot of hard work for a great cause, Paige.
Yes, we are very proud of her.
Thanks for that report, Paige. Now let's check in with Sydney Moore for an exciting update on Indiana Beach.
Thanks, Katherine. Indiana Beach is expected to reopen in the summer of 2020. In April, the spokesperson for Apex Parks Group announced the company was going to file for bankruptcy and undergo financial reconstructing. There have been a lot of rumors on social media, and the company has been hinting that the park will possibly reopen. On April 20th, the company announced it would be working with White County to complete the sale of the park to Gene Staples, and that they expect the park will be in full operation again in 2020. Thank you. I'm Sydney Moore. Back to you, Katherine.
Thanks, Sydney. I can't wait for that classic park to reopen. Now let's hear from Sabrina with some happy news.
Thanks, Kat. With Mother's Day coming up, a lot of restaurants and public places are still being closed due to the pandemic. Even with COVID going around, Lowe's has partnered up with nurseries to bring flowers to mothers. The company has been working with Uber to help deliver $1 million worth of flower baskets all over the U.S. The deliveries will hit major cities such as New York, Chicago, Houston, Miami, and many other cities. They hope to bring some light and happiness to mothers around the nation. In more news, a customer left a $1,300 tip after the reopening of a Texas restaurant. The customer asked his server to double his charge on the bill that he received. His total was $674 plus tax. The customer added on $300 for the server and an extra $1,000 for the house. The owner, David Fernandez, was grateful for the gift and stated that it will help his restaurant get back on track. Thank you, I'm Sabrina. Now back to you, Kat.
Thanks, Sabrina. Now, one last bit of good news for our Porter County Career Center Technology Honor Society inductees. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic and school closures, our Honor Society induction ceremony was canceled earlier this month. The Career Center staff will be delivering yard signs around the county to honor the CTE students inducted into this year's Honor Society. Keep an eye out for those. That's all the time we have for today. Thanks for tuning in to our 4th episode of PCTV HomeCast. I'm Katherine Davis. Stay safe and have a good weekend.